So let's talk about achieving super wellness. What is super wellness? So first of all, super wellness is when you're free of sickness and disease, when you have energy to be with your kids, to do whatever you want to do. Like energy to, let's say you love a sport. You love playing volleyball, you love playing pickleball, you love mountain biking. You need energy to do that. You need energy for your businesses. You need energy for your jobs. You need energy when you get home so that you don't collapse on the fucking couch with a bag of chips in your lap, right? You need energy to wake up and just like live. Like, what are we here for? Like let's enjoy and let's go full throttle. At least that's what I like to do. Now, certainly I like to chill at times too, and I do actually very much chill, watch TV and do all that stuff that normal people do. But you want to have energy when you want it. Let's say energy on demand. You certainly don't want to be sick. And so to do that requires a bunch of things, a lot of good decisions, a lot of good strategy. So it's not like, all right, how are you going to be healthy? How are you going to have energy? It's not going to be drinking fucking coffee. Okay. It's not going to be taking fucking stimulants. No. I mean, you can get energy from doing that, but you know, what goes up comes down. I don't personally drink fucking coffee. I don't use stimulants. I don't do that shit. I'll do it every once in a while. I'll drink coffee. I enjoy it for sure. But I have higher energy and more stable energy by not doing that. What it requires is, number one, sleep's really important. So sleep is probably the most important thing for super wellness. So the quality of your rest is very important. Number two, fitness is important. Doing some fitness. You don't have to be running half marathons, but you should probably be doing fitness 5 days a week, and you should break that up with about 1/3 of it on weightlifting. That's right, not like people that are I'm 54. People that are, I'm walking, I'm running, or walking or biking. I'm fit. No, you lose. There's muscle atrophy that kicks in at age 40, and every year after that, and so you're losing muscle. So you have to actually have some body resistance, some weightlifting. It can't be, you don't have to be a power lifter, but you have to do something with weightlifting, probably 30%. Okay, just to reverse muscle atrophy. And muscle atrophy is what causes you in your 80s or 90s to be like in a walker, limited mobility, like stuff breaking. So you don't want that. Number two, you have to have some type of high intensity interval component, where your heart rate goes up, where you rest, then your heart rate goes up again. So it's up and down, high intensity interval, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That really gets you just that explosiveness that's so important for life. And then you want to have some cardio. So I think like a third, a third, a third. Now, I particularly like CrossFit because CrossFit gives me all those things in 1 hour. But I have a lot of other fitness that I do outside of CrossFit that I do recreationally, like mountain biking and just other things I like to do. I like to jog, so whatever it is that you like to do is fine, but you need to have some strength training, so some type of lifting. You need to have some high intensity interval, and you need to have some cardio if you want to have the optimal situation for fitness. Now, by the way, I said you need to have sleep, number one, for super wellness. You need to have fitness, number two, but you can't have one of these three things. There's another thing that's very important, and that's nutrition, what you put into your body. So I think there's three key things. There's nutrition, there's fitness, and there's sleep. And there's good decisions that you make in order to plan and make all those things happen. And I think there's a fourth thing out there, which I would say is supplements, okay? Having the right supplements. And by the way, this is not cheap. This is not, you're gonna have to spend some money. You're gonna be like, fuck, maybe you should, go out to eat less, drink alcohol less if you need to. Do what you need to do to have supplements, because my gosh, supplements are important. Let me show you what I take. So those are my morning supplements that I have here, right? And I use one of these pill cases. So I basically have, morning and PM, and I'll show you what I take each one. So first of all, I take two of these uh, omega 3 fatty acids. These are really good for your brain. You guys can research what all this stuff's good at. I'm no expert at this. I listen to experts and I make my decisions. But I take two of these a day. Now this company here, I get a lot of products from this company, Thorne. This is a product that's good for someone that's doing a lot of fitness. So I take one of these a day. But I also use Thorne for my multivitamins, and the multivitamin has one in the morning and one in the evening. I take one a day. Now I also take this ashwagandha from another company. Actually, this is a company called Relive that we go to. We could have a whole other talk about them. But I buy this particular product from them. Ashwagandha is like for stress, I believe. It's good for your brain. And then I don't take this every day, but this is an Australian company called Lubricin, and what it does is you just drink a little bit of it, very very little bit, like a spoonful, but it helps to keep your joints lubricated, and that's really really important in fitness. All right, so that's pretty much the ones that I take in the morning. Wait, I forgot. Now, if I am traveling, then I'll add this. Check it out. I will add zinc from Garden of Life. That's another good company. I like Garden of Life. Their headquarters in West Palm Beach. I've been to them. So I'll have that zinc when I'm traveling. There's two other specific. I guess they're technically subscriptions, but they're from a custom pharmacy. So when you go to Relive, Relive has the ability to kind of like order things from a custom pharmacy where they kind of make something specifically for you. So I have one thing that I take that like triggers my body to make more natural testosterone. So, a lot of people my age are taking testosterone replacement therapy. I think it's great if you want to take that. I'm not against that at all. It's just that if your body is making testosterone still, then, that's good. And so my body is still making testosterone. I got plenty of fucking testosterone. But this one custom pharmacy thing that I'm taking, helps my body to just make a little bit more testosterone. So I've got that going. And then there's another custom pharmacy thing. And actually, I don't remember what it's called. But it generally helps you, I think, recover a little bit faster. Or maybe as you eat, it's like leaner or something, helps lean you out, something like that. So again, these guys, literally when you go into Relive, they're going to first do blood work. They're gonna do blood work like more than your general practitioner does. Like, and you're gonna see every little thing, and they're gonna find a way to like just optimize everything. And so sometimes they'll have a custom pharmacy type of thing you can order. There's so much stuff they can do if your shit's messed up. I'm pretty successful. I feel pretty good. I obviously have plenty of energy, so like I just want to keep maintaining and I want to live longer. There is some treatment that I do over there. On a monthly basis, I do something called NAD plus, so you can research that NAD plus, and it's good stuff. It helps your memory. It's for your brain. Apparently, maybe it extends the length of time before fucking dementia sits in, right? So it's good. So NAD plus, Tony Robbins does. A lot of people talk about it. A lot of the biohackers out there use NAD plus, so that is something that I like to do. And there's another treatment that I do over there. Again, when I say treatment, you go in there for an hour, you sit in a fucking really comfortable chair, and they do it via IV. And next thing you know, you have this like 1 month's worth of NAD plus. It's not cheap. Again, you need to make money to be able to pay for this stuff. But again, if you make money and pay for this stuff, you can perform at a higher level and you can make more money. So NAD plus is something that I take. The other thing that I take, I don't know what it's called, but basically what they do is they hook you up to an IV. They take some blood out. So they take like, I don't know if it's a gallon or a liter or a quart. I don't know. They take blood out, and then they have this machine and they mix it with some type of oxygen ozone, and so they just highly oxygenate your blood that they just took out, and then they put it back in your body. So what ends up happening is the blood oxygen level of your entire body goes up, and there's a lot of benefits for that. I've done treatments with that. In a hyperbolic chamber, I think it is. You basically go into a coffin for an hour and they just highly pressurize it with oxygen. And it's actually pretty cool. You sit there, you can work on your laptop or listen to music or whatever, but you're stuck in there. And at first it's a little bit anxiety provoking because, you can't get out. It takes them 4 or 5 minutes just to depressurize it to get out. So if you want to get out, you can't. You're like in something that's like a fucking coffin. But again, I got through it no problem and I benefited from that. But the way that works is the oxygen goes into your skin. And I feel like that's effective, and there's nothing wrong with it. But when I go up to Relive, they just take the oxygen out of my blood, they fucking oxygenate it, and they put it right back in. So now the oxygen's going right in my blood. So I have 2 custom pharmacy things that I take from them. One again is just to promote my body's natural testosterone, and then the other one, has to do with some type of fitness, for athletes and people that like to do exercise like me. So it's just something that I take, and I just, again, these guys are great. And then I do the NAD, and I do whatever their ozone treatment is. And, if I'm run down or something, they can give you an IV, like, vitamin C. It's not vitamin C. They give you like an immunity thing. You go to Relive, and by the way, they have locations across the country. This is a really good company, man. Really good company. Across the country, they have locations. They have a whole menu of IV services. All right, so now I took you through some vitamins in the morning. Let me show you what I do in the evening. All right, so my evening vitamins are over here. I got to walk to this wing of the house over here into my to my master bathroom. Okay, I'm going to show you some of the show here. I better clean this up before I videotape this. All right, so going back to Thorne again. I love Thorne. I take Pro GABA 250. Take one of those at night, part of my nighttime cocktail. I also take a theanine. And again, you can research this. Just go to Thorne, go look at theanine, go Pro GABA, and you can see why I take it or what the claim benefits are. But this is what I do. Then going back to the products made by Relive, the company I was just telling you about, I take one of their Calm Plus products, and then I take this magnesium, I mix it in with water, and I take that at night. Now I have a lot of people will take melatonin for sleep. It works the opposite for me. If I take melatonin, I mean, it's like everything is opposite for me. I mean, literally, caffeine gives me less energy. I mean, it gives me energy, but then I end up having overall less energy. So for me, like what works for me doesn't work for other people probably, but I'm just telling you melatonin works the opposite for me. To take melatonin. By the way, I have no problems falling asleep. I fall asleep fantastically. I've always fallen asleep fantastically, and I've always slept through the night and had great recovery, great sleep. Sleep was one of my greatest strengths until like about 3 years ago. And I don't know if it's age or just the stress from all these fucking businesses that I'm dealing with. I don't know. But at the end of the day, my sleep I go to sleep, but I'm not as restful, like a little bit like light sleeping. And so I've had some issues with sleep. I've had to really try all kinds of different shit to try to get my sleep back because, the effect of sleep deprivation for me was that I felt I became a shell of my former self. I didn't know if I could ever get back to the real genius that I had. Could I get back there? I don't know, because I really wasn't rested enough. But anyhow, you play around with things, you make it work. These products really help me quite a bit. And then I have two other things that I'll use, if I need to. I don't use these all the time, but sometimes you really want to be sure that you're fucking knocked out. So I have two products that I take, and I'll show you those too. And both of these you need a prescription for. And again, I don't take these all the time. I just take them if I need to. They're available to me. They're like kind of weapons in my pocket. Like I do have that ability to take them if I want to. So here you go. So one is called Qvivic. So I'll take Qvivic if I need to. And I take this one probably, I do take this thing probably 10 to 15 out of 30 days. I just don't take it all the time. With prescription medication like this, it's something you don't want to take. Now, maybe at some point I'll stop taking this and see how I sleep. I don't know, but currently I'm taking that. And then this is the other one that I take. This one is called temazepam. And I'll tell you, temazepam is like, it's like a benzene, I don't know if it's benzene or whatever, not benzene. It's like in the same family as like a Xanax. It's like it's in the same family as Xanax, but Xanax is a highly abused, prescription that people take. And I do have Xanax if I need to take it if I have a panic attack, which I've had probably 4 or 5 panic attacks in my life. So Xanax is a cool thing if you are someone that can have anxiety. But it will knock you out, but it's not like what it's designed for. So it's not optimal to take Xanax. You're going to be fucking groggy all morning. That doesn't work. So anyhow, this other product, it's in the same family. It will knock you out for sure. So if you absolutely must get sleep, and you're not tired, or you just want to be sure to sleep through the night, and that's all I need to do is 1 or 2 days a week, I just have to I don't give a fuck. I knock myself out with that temazepam or whatever, and I'm 100% rested and reset. So I'll do that and then play it by ear. But I reevaluate these things all the time. This is what I'm doing now, and I make minor modifications, minor improvements. I take my blood probably at least every 3 months. I look at every single marker in my blood. I'm managing every single thing and try to get every single thing to be as optimal as possible, because again, I'm going for super wellness, and everyone can get to super wellness. It's just a question of planning, and it's a question of focus. You got to focus on sleep. You got to focus on fitness. You got to focus on nutrition. You got to focus on good choices. And managing stress, I like stress. Pressure on a rock creates a diamond. I enjoy that. So I don't want to say stress is good. I love the pressure. I put myself in pressure situations because that's when I enjoy to perform and go out there and kick ass. So it's not about not having stress. It's about the psychology around how you deal with I mean, I think stress is a bad word. I don't even call it stress. I'll call it pressure. How you deal with pressure, how you deal with, like results that you must deliver. How you deal with that is psychology. I mean, some people get out there and it's a Super Bowl and everything's on the line. Everything they work for is on the line. The whole fucking world is working and they fucking perform flawlessly. Why? They have superior psychology. Psychology is the key to everything. By the way, you can feel good even if you have a shitty life, if you have superior psychology. Like, you have superior psychology, you can decide how you feel. So anyhow, I will credit all of that to stuff I've learned from Tony Robbins and neurolinguistic programming and cognitive behavioral therapy and all these different types of psychological related kind of tools that you can follow and you can feel and do anything you want at any time. We'll record some more stuff on that particular piece of content because, my gosh, that's the most important thing. Part of my success formula is my superior psychology. If I didn't have that, everything else wouldn't work. So it's about having the psychology that it takes to win and having the right attitude, and staying focused on what you want, not what you don't want, and to feel good about things because it doesn't hurt. It doesn't help you to feel bad about stuff. It's not what happens to you. It's what you do about what happens to you. It's not what happens to you. It's how you feel about what happens to you. The thing is, you can control that. All right, guys, that's my message for you guys today.